Have you ever wondered what life was like for our earliest ancestors millions of years ago? It wasn't about deadlines or traffic jams. It was about survival, community, and the raw, untamed beauty of the wild. Today, we're going to journey back in time to a world where every sunrise was a victory and every sunset a challenge overcome. Imagine waking up not to an alarm clock, but to the first golden rays of sunlight filtering through the leaves of a massive tree. You're part of a small, tight-knit group, a family of early hominins. The air is crisp, filled with the sounds of the waking wilderness, the chatter of unseen creatures, the rustle of leaves in the morning breeze. Your first thought isn't about your to-do list. It's about finding food and keeping safe. Let's call one of our ancestors Kale. He's not a king or a great warrior, just a member of the group, strong and observant. His companion, Lyra, is smaller but incredibly resourceful. She knows which roots are safe to eat, which berries are sweet, and which plants can soothe a wound. Together, they represent the two pillars of their society, strength and wisdom. Their life is a constant dance with nature. They forage for fruits, dig for tubers, and watch the movements of the great herds, learning their patterns. One morning, the group's scouts signal an incredible find. A large animal, perhaps brought down by a predator or a sudden illness, lies near a rocky outcrop. This is a jackpot, a source of protein and fat that could feed the entire group for days. But they are not the only ones who have noticed. A pack of formidable hyenas, with their powerful jaws and relentless nature, has already claimed the prize. This is where the battle begins. It's not a clash of swords and shields, but a contest of wits and courage. Kale and the other males pick up heavy branches and large stones. They don't charge in blindly. They form a line, a wall of coordinated intimidation. They shout, they stomp their feet, they beat their branches against the ground, creating a terrifying rhythm. The hyenas, though fierce, are wary of this organized, noisy display. They snarl and snap, but hesitate to attack this unified front. Lyra and the others are not idle. They gather more stones, creating a stockpile of ammunition. They watch the hyena's flanks, ready to shout a warning if one tries to circle around. It's a tense standoff. The sun beats down, and the air is thick with the smell of dust and tension. It's a battle of nerves. Who will break first? The human strategy is not just about brute force. It's about psychological warfare, about appearing bigger, louder, and more determined than their rivals. Suddenly, a young member of the group, eager but inexperienced, stumbles and falls at the edge of the formation. In an instant, a hyena sees its chance and lunges. Panic could have shattered their line, but it doesn't. Without a second thought, Kale and two others surge forward, not to fight the hyena head-on, but to create a barrier. They slam their branches down, forcing the predator to back, giving the fallen youth just enough time to scramble back to safety. This is the rescue. It's not a dramatic slow-motion scene. It's a chaotic, split-second act of instinct and bravery. The youth is shaken but safe, his heart pounding. He looks at Kale with a new understanding. It wasn't just about the food. It was about each other. This single act of courage reinforces the most important rule of their existence. The group is everything. Seeing their moment of opportunity thwarted and facing this unbreakable wall of cooperation, the hyenas finally retreat, melting back into the tall grass. A cheer erupts from the human group, a raw, triumphant sound that echoes across the savannah. They have won, not just a meal, but a victory for their unity. Now, the work of the community truly begins. With the threat gone, the group descends on the carcass. It's a scene of incredible efficiency. Some use sharp-edged stones, painstakingly chipped to create a cutting tool to slice through the tough hide. Others carry away large pieces of meat. Lyra and the women are already sorting through the organs, knowing which parts are the most Nothing is wasted. The bones will be broken for their marrow, and the hide may be used for warmth or shelter. As evening approaches, they return to their home base, a sheltered cave or a grove of trees. The fire, their most precious technology, is carefully tended. Fire means warmth against the cold night, light against the darkness, and safety from nocturnal predators. It's also a kitchen. The smell of roasting meat fills the air, a comforting aroma of success and security. Around the flickering flames, the group gathers. This is their time for connection. They don't have complex language as we know it, but they communicate. They use gestures, grunts, and calls to share the story of the day's events. The young ones watch, wide-eyed, learning the lessons of the Hun, the importance of bravery, and the power of working together. Kale might reenact the charge, and Lyra might show which part of the animal to eat first. This is where their culture is forged. It is in these moments of shared food and storytelling that the bonds of family and community are strengthened. They groom each other, a simple act that reinforces social ties and provides comfort. They share the fruits and roots Lyra gathered, ensuring everyone, from the youngest to the oldest, gets a share. The old man who can no longer hunt is still valued. His experience is a library of survival knowledge. The child who was rescued today has learned a lesson he will carry for the rest of his life and one day teach to his own children. They survived not because they were the strongest or the fastest creatures on the savannah. They survived because they were the most cooperative. They faced down predators, not with claws and fangs, but with teamwork and courage. They secured a future for themselves, not through individual greed, but through communal sharing. Their unity was their ultimate weapon, their greatest technology. As the fire dies down to glowing embers and the stars blaze in the immense, silent sky, our ancestors settled down to sleep. They huddled together for warmth and security, a small island of humanity in a vast and dangerous world. Their lives were hard, their world unforgiving, but they were filled with purpose. They were driven by the fundamental needs to protect each other, to provide for their family, and to pass their knowledge to the next generation. Looking back at this snapshot of life, we see the very foundations of who we are today. The courage to face our fears, the ingenuity to solve problems, and most importantly, the profound need for connection and community. These are not modern inventions. They are the ancient legacy gifted to us by ancestors like Kale and Lyra, written into our very DNA across millions of years. Their battle, their rescue, their unity. It's not just a story from the past. It's the story of us. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations into our incredible shared history. See you next time.